necessarily complaining about those all the time until we're going to get a little bit of a dose of what we deserve, I suppose, what we should be seeing, what we've been able to avoid throughout much of the summer months. Summer is going to be here with a vengeance, undoubtedly. Your forecast has changed. It's been tweaked. We've got showers a little more sporadic and scattered and occasional in nature throughout the first few days of your forecast period. But we're going to hit the downhill side of August with the 90s, heat, humidity. It's going to be hot, and certainly it's going to feel just like summer. Summer we haven't seen thus far. I'll tell you more about your forecast in more detail in just a few moments. Coverage of last night's session of the Sayersville City Council meeting. A bit of Community Day coverage this evening with more to come, certainly, but tonight we'll talk about their Public Service Award as it was bestowed upon someone related to an organization that serves our community so well here in Magoffin County. And I've got a little bit of football talk to pass along to you tonight. Real information's coming later, but I'll share a little something with you this evening that I've just been wanting to do for quite some time, and we'll talk about how it's going to work its way into the news and coverage that we'll have here, I hope, for a long time to come. We'll see all of that in just a few moments. Talk about the heat and humidity and much more. Well, I have to admit, we have had some problems technical issues with the Foothills feed, and they were still making some equipment changeovers, but had gotten it remedied. And last night, I know that the 7 and 11 o'clock airing both had issues. It was human error on behalf of the newsroom. I made a few phone calls earlier today and found out what the problem was. We certainly apologize, and I know that that's been an issue, and last night it was all on us. So I do greatly apologize for that. We hope to have those little gremlins fixed and taken care of, if not now, very, very soon. My apologies. We do hope you understand. It's a bit of an effort getting everything up and on and running as it should each and every day. With that said, we'll go ahead and dive right in now to Sayersville City Council coverage last evening. Several items were discussed. City audit not completed has put the city upping to pay a couple of $1,000s in fees. The tax rate was discussed for vehicles and watercraft, also tourism board amendments, also the second reading of the budget ordinance for the city of Sayersville, just to name a few. We'll begin with a presentation from Air Evac Medical Helicopter Service. Sherry Chapman, spokesperson, was present before the council last evening, and we're making arrangements to interview her and some other members of the organization when they're here during Heritage Days with one of their helicopters. We've covered their new base set up at the Morgan County ARH Medical Center. They also have their, of course, base in Martin County at the airport over in that direction, and they cover Magoffin County and the rest of the area from those two directions. A total of 220 bases in the company, the largest membership company of its kind. She stressed it's not an insurance company, but a membership that the general public at large can be a part of for about $65 a year per household. It offers 4 carriers within the organization, which could save someone who had to be transported anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 to be transported. Insurance companies, if they pay, will pay up to about 50%, she says.
It's here to let you guys know we're here. We're now covering both sides of your county. I think we've flown out of here probably, that I'm aware of, last month at least 4 or 5 times. So we're flying out of Wolf County a lot, and obviously we're flying a lot out of Morgan County as well as the INS base. I've already been down here to speak with a couple people about it, and I think the nicest thing to keep in mind is that we're a membership and we're not an insurance company. So there's no reason, even if the flight is determined it's not medically necessary, you're never out the bill. The most you'll ever pay is just your membership. And it's $65. It covers everybody in the household. Foster kids, whether you have a neighbor that you're taking on to take care of you, they just have to be in your household. And so when you break that down, it's about 19 cents a day. You can't even get a pack of gum for that. And $5.30 a month. You can't go to McDonald's and hardly get a meal for that. So to me, it's very reasonable when you look at the cost that way. I think we're going to be here for your community day. We've got the helicopter scheduled.
It will be Heritage Days that we did confirm that she will be here for. It was a presentation, as you heard, in order to drum up membership for the $65 annual fee. Anyone in your household, should they have to be evacuated by helicopter, would not have to pay anything but that annual $65 fee. She says that they have about a $3,000 a day operating cost just for general operations, and they have 15 bases in Kentucky. The company is hoping, she says, to add 20 bases per year. And that, once again, it's not an insurance-based company, but it is offering memberships to the company. She also made some comparisons between other companies that serve the area as far as cost and geographics and that type of thing. I was not at the meeting last night in attendance, but we will once again have an opportunity to speak with her in person, if not before, during Heritage Days, and how you can reach them for membership should you so desire. Later, another business, Mayor Pete Shepard explained how a city audit that was not completed by the end of June will result in them having to pay some fees to the Big Sandy Ad Board in relation to some CDBG funds or applications.
Sandy Rundon said she could be here, but I told her I could give her the presentation. It's they took that money back because our audit still isn't done, and then we have to pay at the end of if the audits weren't completed by June 30th. And John Taggart didn't get her audit done for them, so then it falls back on to whoever the grant money went to pay the bill. So, and for us, if we don't pay this, then we can't qualify for any other grant money right now. So one of the things where if you don't have your audits, you don't get, you have to. And it's through the Big Sandy Ad. They do the CDBG grants. They do all the paperwork and stuff. So
I move that we pay this.
Jim Reed made the motion.
I'll second.
It was a unanimous vote to go ahead and pay the administration fee to Big Sandy Ad. There was also another unanimous vote in keeping the tax rate the same for vehicles and watercraft in the Sagersville city limits, which is a tax of 30 cents per $100 of valuation. The Tourism Board was discussed. They previously discussed amending the terms from an 8-year term for members of the Sagersville Tourism Board down to a 4-year term. There are 5 members that sit on the Sagersville Tourism Board. 4-year terms for the first 3 individuals when they are appointed. Then for the other 2, they're going to make 2-year appointments. Then after those come up, they will then be 4 years thereafter, trying to stagger them so that the entire Tourism Board will not be coming up for reappointment all at the same time. Then there was discussion and a second reading of the budget ordinance, which was also brought up for approval and also received a unanimous vote.
Last year we budgeted $1.5 million, and we actually took in $1.16 million. So that was our big problem last year. We under budgeted on everything just about, and then but the good news is on our appropriations, all of our departments came in under budget. So it's about $375,000 altogether. So if we hadn't stayed with the budget, we broke. But anyway, we've been in bad shape. But as you see, a lot of it just, I think the intergovernmental services was the big one, the $100,000 we didn't get from the waterworks, and then this, we were short on the LGF, and got $65,000. That's called severance for everything. And
the second reading passed, as I said, with a unanimous vote. There was also another final motion and vote to now change how payroll taxes are collected from businesses operating in the Sagersville city limits. Instead of being done on a quarterly basis, as has been done historically and previously, it will now be a monthly basis to hopefully keep a continuous cash flow, Mayor Shepard said, coming into the Sagersville city area and coffers. And Heritage Day, formerly Founders Day, as it's being called this year, has now been pretty much finalized, and it's going to be here in just about 10 days.
they got the schedule pretty well hammered down. I didn't bring the schedule for everybody, but it'll start on Wednesday and end on Saturday. Have the opening ceremonies at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, and the baby contest will be that day. On Thursday will be the Little Miss and Master and the Miss Team McGoffin, and that starts at 5:30 that day, all the festivities. On Friday will be the pet show, sponsored by the McGoffin County Extension Office, and then the McGoffin County School events will be sponsored by the Historical Society, and then Miss McGoffin County Scholarship Pageant will be at 8:30 that night. On Saturday there will be parade, and we're honoring, it says, we're gonna honor all the Lifetime Achievement Award winners from the Renaissance. They can all be Grand Marshals this year, so we're gonna put them all in the parade for that. And there will be a street dance in the streets of Sayersville this year, so we're gonna block the street off and have a street dance. Old-fashioned street.
Under the red light.
Mayor Pete Shepard said about Heritage Days here in Sagersville, which will be here, what, a week and a half, Labor Day weekend? Just the mind is having a hard time getting wrapped around how quickly the calendar has gone by. Nevertheless, I got a, I think, finalized schedule from Jincy Bailey down at Sagersville Renaissance earlier today. There has been some changes to the tentative one that I had for you. I'll go over that in full later on in the week. I will have in just a few moments an announcement and a reminder about when sign-ups are for all of the pageants, which will begin next week. That is next week. That is next week. Wow. That's coming up with more on our community calendar, which will follow some more headlines after this.
Today, there's a lot of choices when it comes to picking out your new smartphone, but there is an easy answer. Appalachian Wireless has put all smartphones on sale for the entire month. Right now, you can get any smartphone at half price. That includes the HTC M8, the Samsung GS5, and even the shiny gold one that people are willing to stand in line for. Every smartphone, half price, now through the end of the month. Now that's pretty smart. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings.
Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville. Join everyone at Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center this August in wishing the happiest of birthdays to the people we care for the most, your family and ours. To our residents and staff, happy birthday.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
With a low-rate mortgage from Citizens National Bank, you can downsize your mortgage payment, not your home. New home or refi, Citizens gives you the personal service you deserve. And no gotcha fine print. Just low rates. Stop by your nearest branch to apply today. Citizens National Bank. We take banking personally. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Satisfy your hunger and get a great deal on some famous home cooking at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe, where we started the under $5 daily specials. On Wednesdays, it's our 3-piece dinners, famous crispy or roast, any way you like it. Get a leg, thigh, and a wing, 2 sides, and a biscuit for only $4.99 or $3.99 after 4 o'clock, and you can get a breast, thigh, and a leg for just $1 more. All at where we cater, gatherings big or small, your Sagersville Lee's.
You have been in a serious wreck. Do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Whether it's for you to relax and get away, or a place for all the kids to splash and play, or both, keep cool in your new pool with Baker's Pool Supply of Irvin. Nearly 40 years of experience and the highest quality products and services at prices the competition can't touch. Plus parts, cleaning, chemicals, repair, service, and maintenance for any pool of any age you already own. All for in-ground install specials at 1-800-633-7102 or go to bakerspoolsupply.com. We've got a whole lot of things we will work in from community today before the week's end, saying goodbye officially to the Dixie Bridge Band. I speak with a couple of founding members. A couple of good stories to share with you there, and a heck of a performance that I'll at least get to show you in a very brief part. Tonight, though, a portion of Community Day that I want to pass along to you, and that is Scotty B. Patrick, the heart of the Magoffin County Community Foundation and Community Day, bestowing the annual service award onto a very worthy and unsuspecting, I'm told, Magoffin County resident and servant.
Our honoree was an early sign-on to Community Day and has been an active participant with her organization ever since. The funds raised in Community Day are very important to continuing the work of her organization. One of her most popular offerings has always been funnel cake. The organization I'm speaking of is the Magoffin County Seniors. Let's welcome Marlene Howard as director. Marlene has been at the helm of Seniors Organization for over 18 years. Seems like only yesterday, doesn't it? She has a personal relationship with each of her seniors. They are like an extended family to her. She is there to help them with doctor appointments, whether it's to help with transportation or insurance needs. If she hasn't heard from one of them in a day or two, and she can't reach them by phone, she will drive to their house to check on them. They are always sharing her with gifts. Some of the gifts that she treasures the most are the flower seeds and sprouts that they give her. If you go to her house and look at the hillside back of her house, she's planted all the things that she's been given.
I got waves.
Although the seniors are foremost in her heart, her own family, husband Jerry Howard, and their two children, Dylan and Olivia, are their pride and joy.
Scotty B. also went on to mention the countless meetings, the continuing education, and the other ways that Marlene is noted for always looking to improve not just Magoffin County, but the beloved Senior Citizen Center, all with a very caring heart. A job she says is the best one in the world.
I feel truly blessed. I have the best job of anybody in the county. Every day I get a blessing for being at the center and working for them people.
As part of the award, you get to nominate a check for $500 to the charity of your choice, and we assume it would be the senior citizen. Thank you very much for coming.
Your 2014 Service Award recipient, Marlene Howard of the Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center. Now, I've got more on Community Day and what these two dudes had to talk about a little later on in the week. Now, though, I've got a community calendar full of things to do and see and hear about, beginning with a special birthday wish that reads, Happy 5th birthday to Emma Brielle Howard. That's her right there. From Mommy, Dustin, Dea, Mamaws and Papaws, a whole bunch of family and friends. It's a happy 5th, a very happy 5th to Emma Brielle. A reminder, the Substance Abuse Free Environment, the Safe Coalition MAP Advisory Council meeting is tomorrow at noon in the Health Department. The primary agenda for MAP is to decide which community health problem to include in the Community Health Improvement Plan. They want your input. Lunch is also provided. Everyone's invited to attend and encouraged to go to the meeting. Also, a reminder that Safe Coalition has their Dawkins Trail Youth Ride tomorrow evening. They'll leave the Ivington Baptist Church at 6. Take a little ride down the Dawkins. Bring your bike, family, and friends for a wonderful evening promoting activities for youth and families toward a substance abuse-free environment. And a free bow hunters education class to be held at the Magoffin County Extension Office from 8 until 6 Saturday, or September the 6th. I don't think it's on a Saturday, at the Magoffin County Extension Office. It's for anyone 9 or older. To pre-register, what you need to do, call the Magoffin County Extension Office at 349-3216, 349-3216. Now, I've got some other announcements that I don't have typed up, so let me just hit a couple of the most pertinent ones. Water into Wine, the food pantry over at the Lakefront Church of God. They're giving out food boxes tomorrow, 8:30 till 3. There's a special called meeting of the Harold Whitaker Middle School Site-Based Council tomorrow, 3:30 in the school's conference. Revival still going on, school's conference room. Revival still going on at There Is Hope Ministries on Route 40. And the senior citizens are giving out community food boxes this Thursday, 12:30 till 2:30 for those on the active list. Also, Another Lunch and Learn lesson. It's free, and it's at the Montgomery County Extension Office this Friday. I'll tell you more about it on tomorrow's program. And the first round of sign-ups for the pageants for ages 0 to 12 years for the Montgomery County Heritage Days is this Friday, 4 to 6 at Sagersville Renaissance. Now, with that said, I got pages of calendar announcements. I'll get to those tomorrow. Right now, I'll take you from a black screen to a few words from some of our sponsors. Be sure to let them know you're watching. Not just the black screen either. Everybody wants a DQ ice cream cake for their birthday, but what about when it's not your birthday or someone's that you know? Problem solved. Get that same creamy chocolate and vanilla soft serve fudge and those awesome chocolate crunchies in our new cupcakes made just for one, or maybe two. And if you only like the cookie a little, you're still going to absolutely love the Chips Ahoy Blizzard of the Month, all where you get the $5 lunch and breakfast till 11 in the a.m., Monday through Thursday, and till noon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and everything else on the menu from open till close. Your Sagersville DQ. Save big at Premier Auto, an 02 Hyundai Sonata, only $37.50. An 07 Pontiac G5, only $39.50. And an 09 Buick LaCrosse, just $99.50. An 06 Rhino, only 1,200 miles, just $69.50. And 100 miles per gallon, no driver's license, and no insurance needed. New scooters cut $500 to just $9.95 at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Get ready, baby, or get baby ready with a simply adorable selection at the seasonal shop with bibs and blankets and bags, onesies and jammies, the cutest of outfits and matching accessories for thing 1, thing 2, or thing 3. Hooded bath towels by Zucchini, bubble bath paints, blocks, bears, puzzles, picture frames, and shelves and shelves and shelves more. Find an absolutely perfect gift for the most precious of gifts at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Spend less time waiting or in line for your prescriptions or refills and get the care you need with the quality and convenience that matters most at Parkway Pharmacy, your exclusive provider of the finest in vitamins and supplements by Windmill Vitamins. Come in or drive through 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday or call Parkway Pharmacy 349-4400. Sagersville National lets you go mobile with their new banking app. That's right, you can view your account and balance, transfer money, pay bills, and yes, deposit checks right from your phone from wherever you are. Just download the Sagersville National Bank app on your Android, iPad, iPhone, or other device. Any phone that can connect to the internet has the capability, and you can start saving time and money today with Sagersville National Bank's new mobile app. Wherever you are, we're there for you at Sagersville National Bank. Regardless of where you want to ride, you can be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports. Superior selection and superior service is what you'll find at Hutch, along with the best price on that new Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Yukon, Enclave, Terrain, Regal, Camaro, and all other new Chevys, GMCs, and Buicks. Drive your trade-in on over or check out HutchChevrolet.com. And coming soon, Hutch Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Isn't it time to buy Hutch? All kicks off here in a big way in Montgomery County this Friday evening. A ribbon-cutting ceremony, the new field, a very excited team, and a whole lot of excited fans. I spent some time today on the field for a very obvious reason that'll become very obvious to you in just a few seconds. But I did so talking with Coach McCoy, Superintendent of Schools Stanley Holbrook, and some others, all of which we're going to talk to on an official level here on the program in a day or so because they're still finalizing a few of the arrangements for the kickoff first home game, the Founders Bowl, which is, of course, next Friday, 1 week from this Friday. As far as parking and everything you need to know and getting around the construction that's ongoing, there are a great deal of details we need to pass along. But tonight I wanted to share with you what I was doing there and how it's going to lead into some future coverage here of the program. So I have on a couple of occasions referred to something we were hoping to add to our equipment list here at the newsroom, and I just wanted to wait till we could find a unit that was a professional grade enough to meet the needs that we thought we would soon have. And this is it. We finally acquired it. I've spent a day or two studying, and today was my first flight from about 60 to 100 feet over the new Montgomery County High School football field and athletic complex. Now, this is going to enable us to cover some sports and some other things on a much different level, pardon the pun, as well as offer some, hopefully, aerial photography and videography services for the area, maybe for job inspection, farm pictures, things of that nature, just anything that you may have a need for. And so far, it's gone very well. These videos, clips at around 60 to 100 feet earlier today. And you know, I had an uncanny sensation when I was staring up at the machine and unit as it was hovering 100 feet in the sky. My knees got weak as though I was standing on a ladder. Heights, even on the ground, affect me. I learned that today. Nevertheless, we're going to be covering football games like this and whatever we can kind of work it into with this latest addition to the newsroom. Now, coming up and talking about football later on in the week, like I was referring to, they are having the ribbon cutting ceremony early before the ball game. It's going to be brief, but it's going to be before the ball game. They're working on parking, given the scenario at the bottom of the hill down there at the front of your screen, where there is no blacktop and some gravel there. They're going to have a couple of areas of parking to keep everyone out of the mud because there's not a whole lot of parking space here up top, as you can see. They will be running some buses, and I have learned that there is going to be a tailgating section that you'll be able to pull up to adjacent to the field that I didn't know of till today. That will satisfy a whole lot of folks who had that portion of the ball game in mind. We'll talk about all of that. We'll be talking with some players, coaches, and superintendent of schools, I'm sure, and a few others before Friday's game. We'll be talking about kickoff, the first home game, as it is set to take place here in just a couple of days, and a whole lot of other things, as well as taking a look at the Montgomery County High School football field like we never have before. So keep that in mind. I am excited to bring you that coverage and more very, very soon. Now, I know that I've watched that video myself over and over and over again today because it's kind of like a kid with a new toy. Not kind of. It was a kid with a new toy. I make no bones about it. But if you want to see it again, I did put it on my Facebook page. I just thought it was really neat, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to be able to do with this in the future. With that said, we've got a little energy in the atmosphere tonight. A low of 69. And I was going to pull up the radar, and I'm running out of time. We're clear, under clear skies, relatively clear skies as far as precipitation is concerned. Maybe around 12 o'clock or so, there might be enough gas in the tank to fire up a scattered or occasional shower, maybe even a thunderstorm or two. But for the next few hours, enjoy your evening in that low of 69. Tomorrow, we're back into the mid-80s, some AEM fog, partly sunny skies, similar to today. Showers and thunderstorms possibly in the, anytime from the early morning through the afternoon